Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, the fuzz is here, and it is time for episode 3. Today, we're doing Mr. Hermelion. So, we're going to have a look-see at the deck that I've come up with. And first up, the hero power. 2 mana, 3 cost, 3 cooldown. Ready all allied creatures and heal them, and then go to your deploy phase, which basically means you get your... You go to your main phase 1, and then you get another combat phase this turn with healing all your stuff. Basically, all your creatures get to swing twice, which is pretty cool. That means that you can do some serious damage if you have a decent board, really if you have any board at all. So, in order to take advantage of this ability, we want, what? We want buffs, because buffs will last for 2 attacks now. And any creatures with a good effect when they attack, which of course makes us think nature. So if you guys remember the deck I faced in the previous video against Boltor, he was using Hermelion. That deck was originally conceived by the Vortex, one of our most prominent forum members, but his deck had a lot more order stuff, and it had something like Antriel, which we didn't actually get to see against Boltor, but I was told that it was in the deck. But after some consideration, I've decided to make some changes. Take out a lot of the order stuff because I thought the order early game was a little bit less consistent. And since you're going nature order here, you might as well just start out nature as well. So what do we have? First up, Cavalry Field Captain. Really nice card in general, and with the hero power, the buff basically persists for both the attack phases. So even if you could power up a single creature and then use the 2 turns of attacking to kill 2 creatures of your opponent, since Hermelion heals the creature as well. So just a really good card. Elite Vanguard is just a sticky body, a 3/3, which is pretty nice. I mean, you could maybe switch it out with something else. It's not like necessary. But it's a nice target for Instill. 3 Instill lives. This card is just ridiculous with this deck because basically every creature is 2 or less. So you can bring back 2 of anything. Yeah, it's just ridiculously powerful. You could run 4, I suppose. But I found 4 to be slightly cloggy. But it's probably okay. Now for nature, 4 Call of Jalaya. This card is something that Vortex did not have at all. And the reason I added it is because you want to have access to things like Fae of Charm and Treant and Unicorn at any time. And the Call of Jalaya gives you that flexibility. It's a really nice card. And after some testing, just a little bit of testing, it really does help out. For instance, if you just get this card in your opening hand, you can just search for a 2-drop and then there you go. If you didn't get the 1/1 Scout. Speaking of the 1/1 Scout, here it is. That's just something to put on the board early. The 4 speed is really nice as well. But it isn't necessary. You could take it out for something else. And one thing you can consider is maybe the 2/1 Swift guy. The Sharpshooter. He doesn't cost 2 or less, but having a Swift creature is nice, and there isn't really anything Swift that costs 2 or less. Then Amber Strike, just a basic buff, really good card, and basically get double value with the Hermelion hero power. You basically get to do 4 extra damage for just 1 mana, which is really efficient. 4 Words of Vigor, it's just more power boosts, and the card draw is really nice. I've always been a fan of this card, and you're going to have at least 2 nature aspects when playing this deck. So this will usually be give 2 counters to your creatures and draw a card for 2 mana. So which is really good. And it's an instant. So it's really nice. 4 Elf Warriors, just something to put on the board earlier. Not much more. 2 Unicorns, just a way to deal with spells and artifacts. And this is searchable through Call of Jalaya. So that's why you don't really need more of them. 2 Phase of Charm, one of the main cards. Just really powerful for the way it breaks enemy defenses, but if combined with Hermelion, it's really obnoxious. You can just do ridiculous bursts of damage with this. Triple Ancient Treant. You could say this is the cornerstone of the deck. just a big solid body, and when it attacks, it freezes a creature. With Hermelion, you can freeze multiple creatures through the 2 combat turns. Pretty powerful card. Now, the reason there's only 3 of them and 2 of the Faes is because of Call of July. Both Ancient Treant and Fae are searchable through Call of July. In fact, everything is in this deck except for the Captain and the Vanguard. And no skill shrines at all. I didn't want any of them to slow me down, and there aren't really any great ones. The only one you could consider would be the one that returns creatures back to your hand, but it isn't really necessary to do that with anything. So yeah, this is the deck. Now we're gonna get some games going here. We got a custom opponent, just like last time with Boldor. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, let's get this deck rolling. Our opponent for the night, or for the day, depending on where you are, is, yeah, I'm not gonna even try pronouncing that. But anyways, after facing Boldor last time, I found it is much easier if I just ask somebody on the forums if anybody wants to play, and I've got quite a few responses actually, and this gentleman is one of them. So yeah, and now I know that I'll get decent games because all these guys that are on the forums are pretty experienced, so I don't have to worry about the case where I just kept running up against folk who just maybe weren't completely comfortable with everything. Let's get a... I'm gonna get a Treant, actually. He might have a Fireball, but... yeah, let's do this. And now, we're gonna get a good sample. Oh, that Fireball. Who knew? Well, I'm gonna need something to call this guy. Let's call him... Wash? Okay. Sounds good to me. We're gonna call him Wash. Okay, yeah, let's just Treant it up. He can kill it, but he has to use 2 cards. He's playing Advanced Zash with Wisdom. That's pretty fair. So my game plan is gonna be get some Treants on the board, and then instill life to try to kind of lock down the board. Okay, he plays a second one, so we can really start doing the damage now. Now I could activate Hermelion right now, and if I did, I could freeze both of his guys, but we don't want to do that. Oh, Fae of Charm. But Fae of Charm's an easy kill for him. I don't unless I word up. Word up. We don't really want to be bringing the Elf Warrior. We want to bring something better. So I've got some good buffs, but we want to do... I suppose I could play the Fae, and then I can bring it back. Yeah, let's play a Call of July to get another Ancient Treant. Oh, I kind of want to play the Treant. Yeah, we're going to play second Treant, because I like freezing his board. And with 2 Treants, I can basically just lock down everything. And then 2 Treants plus, let's say, Ambush Strike plus the Hero Power, I could do very large amounts of damage while freezing basically his entire board. But I imagine he's got fireballs and stuff, so he's not going to let these guys live. But that's okay. We're setting up an Instill Life. Okay, there's a word. He probably has Fireball to finish it off. Yeah, that's fine. If he's spending 2 removal pieces per creature, that's perfectly fine. We got a Treant. We want to get something else in the graveyard, though. Something else. We want to instill something else, I mean. Actually, I'll do this. And I can power up both of these guys. And we're going to freeze that one, and we're going to charm that one. And we can start applying the damage. Already got him down to 16, and with between these two, I may have lethal next turn, actually. That's 6 plus 8. Yeah, I have lethal next turn if he doesn't answer the board somehow. And it doesn't even matter what creatures he plays, because I can freeze and charm anything he plays. Oh, Fire Blast, okay. That's perfectly fine. Cavalry Field Captain is pretty good. 2 Cavalry Field Captains is also pretty good. Yeah, I think we're going to instill here. That's just too good. and we could field it up, but he's got a shield. So I can freeze one thing and charm the other, but he can still defend. Which is a... No? Yeah. Yeah, no matter what I do, he can still do it. Do I ward it up? Let's think about this. We're gonna freeze one thing. I can't use the hero power. I'm very close to winning here. I just need one more turn with like this kind of board. I could do this, but giving this 2 speed doesn't really do anything. He's probably gonna block. Yeah, we'll ward it up. Okay, we'll swing. Slow down this dude. Charm this dude. The thing is, he can just block with him. But even if I steal him, no matter what I do to him, this guy can use the power. So, yeah. That's okay. I did more damage, and I have a pretty big board. He can't really clear these guys with 5 health each. He has literally no way to kill them. Outside of, like, Flash Freeze or something like that. And he's used a decent amount of removal already. So I'm setting up a lethal with the hero power. I don't even need that much, to be honest. Even if he kills the Fae, I think I have lethal. Because I can freeze... I can freeze his board basically completely. And then with Ambush Strike, definitely we'll have lethal here. The Elite Vanguard doesn't seem to be doing actually all that much. Maybe I should replace him. Oh, what? I kind of want to block. He might have a fireball or something. I don't want to lose the trance. Yeah, we'll block this way. I'm okay giving up the Fae. He probably has a fireball to kill the other Treant. But we don't want to lose... I can give up a Fae, that's fine. How many Calls of July have I used? Oh, 3 already. Okay. I only have one other Fae and 1 Call of July in the deck left. Yeah, he has Fire Blast. Yeah, I figured he'd have some removal. Another Treant. Okay. So we still cannot get through, unfortunately. Even if I cavalry up twice. So we're gonna send this guy back. Maybe I'll draw into something useful. What do we get? Another Ambush Strike. I mean, I could power him up quite a bit, but he'd have to not block. And I can't imagine. Do we field it up? If his guys didn't have 3 speed, I think I could win. Okay. So that dies. And now I can actually pick it off if I go for a second attack. Yeah, I actually kind of like this. Because I can kill this now. And now he has no board at all. Yeah, I kind of wasted my power, but the point is that I don't need much more to kill him. He still has trouble dealing with this. And we're going to field it up pretty soon. I can field up a guy to 3 speed. So as long as he doesn't get a 3 speed blocker, we are good. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. What do you got, Waush? What do you have for me, sir? So this seems to be pretty standard. I mean, I call it standard because it's the kind of cards you basically expect in this kind of like fireballs, words of fire, the protector guy, the library guards. It's basically the deck I ran with Elric, except with the Zash power. The nice thing is that his hero power can't kill my trance because they have 4 health, so it'd be completely pointless to activate. Oh, that's completely harmless. I can just freeze it. So he might just be dead here. Because once you have a board of these guys, there's literally nothing that one can do. The thing has 3 speed, unfortunately. Oh, that's irrelevant. We freeze it, right? Do I have lethal here? I think I do. Yeah, freeze that. Freeze that. And then pump. Pump. Oh, that's 13. God damn it. But that's okay. He can't even use his hero power now with 1 health, and he still has a big board to deal with. And his phoenixes are just useless. Basically, yeah, he's just resigning here. Okay, he can't do anything. Alright. Yeah, Treants are really sticky because of the 4 health, and especially with Wards of Vigor. They have 5 health, and you can bring back several of them. Alright, we'll see how round 2 goes. Yeah, I'll keep. So what are we seeing? Elite Vanguard doesn't seem to be doing very much, to be honest. I haven't played one yet. I put it in. Well, I mean, it was in originally, of course. I didn't take it out because I thought it's a decent card, since it's got a, you know, fairly big body. And against Rage, it's not the greatest, mostly because Fireball kills it anyways. And the Treant is only like 1 aspect away, but it's still sticky. And also because there's really nothing else. Okay, maybe I could actually consider... I don't have anything better to do here, actually, so... I should have maybe waited. No, not really. I don't have any other 2 mana play, so even if you fireballed, it'd just be a even trade. I could put in the Sharpshooter, because with all the buffs, it coming in with Charge or Swift, whatever, could actually be quite good. Yeah, that's an idea. Right, you played with Ambush Strike, Ward of Vigor, 5 damage, and then you use the hero power and then hit for another 5. Yeah, there's something to that. You can bring it back with Instill, but, well, that's a shame. I think if it was a 2 and 2 coster, you know, 2 aspect, 2 mana, it'd be absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's kind of fair right now. So we're gonna play Treant next. He can't block here. I'll still play Treant. He can kill it if he plays like a fireball, but that's okay. I'm still doing damage, and basically next turn, if he doesn't kill the Treant, the hero power might actually be quite decisive. Because I can basically double freeze, or maybe even control the board a bit. No, not really, because he can use the shield whether has 0 speed, or whether he's exhausted or whatever, so I can never stop it. And since I no longer have Outbreak in the deck, I have to rely on Treants basically to slow down my opponent. Unless I draw Fae of Charm. He's giving himself a shield, so yeah, he's got a Fireball. So maybe I should have saved the Ambush Strike. But that's alright. That's alright. Okay, we're gonna need a good card. That's not a bad card, actually. I'll just kill it, actually, so I have a clear board to attack through. Instill would be really nice right now, so I could bring these guys back. Like, these are some really sticky creatures to deal with. What else can be instilled? I've been thinking about it, but haven't really come up with anything particularly brilliant. If I want to keep playing this kind of deck. There is the Phoenix. We do not have a Treant. I need either Treant or Fate. Oh, there you go. That takes care of it pretty nicely. Yeah, that's pretty good. Because we play that, and then we just swing. And when it attacks, I got the Ambush Strike to protect whatever creature he attacks. Got him down to 12. And as long as nothing bad happens, I should win. Actually, he could hero power. Wait, that could be really bad, actually. Because I lose everything. And his Phoenix comes back. Oh, he didn't. Okay, he didn't hero power. I wonder if he should have. A Fireball. Well, he's just putting out all the stops. Is he going to attack me here? Probably. No, he didn't. He did not. Call of July on number 2. That's excellent. take the Phoenix again. I'm so very, very close to lethal, but I'm always a little bit short to use the hero power. But now I'm definitely threatening lethal. Although he still has the option of using his hero power, but it's a little bit more dangerous now since he's down to just 7 health. And using it would put him at 4, and I don't need a lot to kill him. Drawing Instill would be pretty big deal right now, because if I can bring back a Treant or something. Okay, he's not playing his hero power. It's very strange. I mean, he has to remove the Fae then. There's no way. There's no way he doesn't remove it. It's an auto loss if the Fae survives, because I can steal twice. Yeah, there's a fireball. Oh well. We tried. He still does not wish to attack with the Phoenix. Alright. That's not very good. Nah, the Phoenix comes back is the issue. So even if I attack twice, he just he does just fine here. I gotta sit. I need another Call of Jalaya or something. Something to get my combo going again. It's interesting that he hasn't attacked it yet. He must be expecting an ambush strike. He's right to do so. What? I didn't expect Jor-El Silencer, to be honest. But he still loses to, like... Well... Can I waste 5 mana? That's gonna be a little bit difficult. Oh, Instill Life. That's very nice. 2 instills. Okay, well, you can have that. Yeah, I gotta waste that as well. Okay, that kind of sucks, but... If he plays a second Silencer, I might just lose. Because I don't have any more mana to waste. I don't have any more cards I can just waste. Yeah, this is where having a swift creature would be great, because a swift creature plus Instill would mean lethal right now. Word of Vigor. Okay, well, let's bring back my toughest creatures. Vanguard is pretty good, so let's bring these guys back. I'm going to power them up a little bit more, so they're out of range of the hero power. Yeah, I'll play another Treant. I like that. Okay, I got a big board now. So Silencer isn't a big deal. Okay, it's a little bit of a big deal, because then I can't use Ambush Strike. But if he plays Silencer, he basically can't kill anything. I wonder if he has Red Dragon. I have to assume he's got it. So my game plan definitely has to be kill him before he gets Dragon out, or I will not survive. Although, the issue with Red Dragon is that if I get a Fae on the board, I could use the hero power and then force the dragon to attack him like twice and do just massive amounts of damage. So, yeah, maybe it's not so bad. Yeah, my hero power now basically guarantees that I win. I have not used it yet, which is hilarious, but it's like the threat of it being there is something. Would I be better served with the basic Neva? Not really, because the issue is basic Neva only affects cards you play, not stuff you summon. So if you instill 2 creatures, they will not get Swift. Which is probably for the better, because that would result in some ridiculously stupid sacky wins. I mean, bringing back a Ram Gak, and then like something else, and then giving them Swift and doing like 10 damage from like no board. That's silly. I mean, you can already kind of do that by just playing it out of hand, but with Instill, that would just only widen the combos. I think Waush is stuck here. He realizes he cannot deal with his board. Okay. So he probably has a Fireball. So we're going to want to power this up so it doesn't die to 1 Fireball. He needs 2 things to kill it. Presumably he has Fire Blast, which he will use on something. You know, actually it doesn't even matter. He needed a Fireball. Yeah, this is game over. Yeah, he cannot hold. Even one Treant is lethal here. Actually, almost any creature is lethal here. Do I even need to summon anything? I mean, it's just improves my chances. But yeah, just double fairy. There you go. I don't even need it. Just steal both the Phoenixes and just swing for lethal. Wow, this is really weird. Like, the deck is doing well, but I'm not using the hero power, like, at all. Alright, let's play one last game. And then I'll call it off. That's kind of a sucky hand. We want some more early game. Well, that's not too good. Can I get a green one? Oh, I get nothing at all. That's terrific. That's terrific. Okay. So we're off to a slow start, and we're gonna have to get past his conga line of removal. Okay. Vanguard just dies to Fireball. It's the shame, but that's what it is. That's why the Treant is so good, because with 4 health it doesn't immediately die. It needs 2 removal cards to kill it. That almost doesn't matter what I play. This is just eating a Fireball. But with the Horizons, he's now ahead in mana. That's bad. This game is going badly. Uh-oh. Yeah, there is that. Don't have a good answer to that, actually. Scout. Okay. Oh, what the hell do I do about it? Man, if I play Scout and then Vigor up, then Fire Blast just wipes me out completely. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Cavalry Field Captain, no, it's just not good. We're gonna play this, and we're gonna retreat that to the back. Yeah, that ramp is really strong for him. And if he just starts dropping Phoenixes, I'll never get through. I need to have a Treant on the board. Or have a Fae of Charm, and I don't have any of those things. Or Call of July. Man, if only I had one more mana. That'd be great. But, whatever. Ah, crap. Yeah, this game also is off to a terrible start. I don't have anything good. Yeah, he's just really holding back. He's playing a control deck. There's no doubt about it. He doesn't seem to have any early game except for the Phoenixes and just like fireballs and stuff. I mean, what other creatures has he played besides the Phoenixes? Not a lot. Another Horizons. Yeah, this game is basically over. He can already play Red Dragon, and I have no answer to Red Dragon right now. Even if I get a Fae, I can just only poke him for some damage. I would need... Actually... I'm just gonna do it just for the card draw. I don't have anything better to do. Hammer Strike. I guess I'll put up some kind of a board. I'll never win if I don't. I wonder, would this deck function better if I had Advanced Neva instead? Because there's a lot of 2-costers. You could draw a ton of cards instead of the... it'd be more of a controlling deck. That's a fascinating idea. To just literally play this deck, but with Advanced Neva instead of Basic Neva. I mean, instead of Hermelion. Duh. Okay. At least we get some kind of presence. But oh yeah, he's got this guy as well. No, this is way too slow. I don't have like any of my power cards right now. And he has a Fire Blast. I can basically resign here, right? I mean, oh my god. Yeah, definitely put in the Putting in the ambushing sharpshooter seems like a natural decision. Just because of the fact that it has Swift is so valuable. I can't really do anything. Oh god. I'm just dead, aren't I? Ah, man. Yeah. Yeah, this is if he plays a silencer, I'm gonna concede immediately. Because there's then he does 8 damage, I'm down at 11, and then I can't do anything for a turn, and he's got another 8. And then I'm just 1 fireball away from a loss, so it'll be an automatic loss. Even Dragon. If he plays a Dragon, I think I have to concede. Yeah. Advanced Neva would be... Oh, yeah. Okay, I can't do anything about that. Man, that was bad. That was a bad game. Okay, this is a little better. I'm still wondering about the 4th Instill Life because it's such a powerful card. Mana up. Okay, we get to put a creature on the board. That's good. So I gotta hurry up here. He doesn't seem to be playing any creatures except Phoenixes and the shield guys. And, you know, a crap load of removal. But that's... The reason he's been running into issues is because of the repeated Treants, which he just cannot handle. He runs out of removal, and then it doesn't take much, and I can freeze his board. I could actually Hermelion right now and do 6 damage, but that's kind of weak, actually. That is very weak. Let's go for a level. Yeah, we want to get as much damage in as possible. Fire Blast kills 2 things. It kills these 2 things anyway, so... Retreating the Captain is pointless. Okay, and I've got a Fae and an Instill, so that's good. This deck just needs more sticky creatures, I think. Just things that have health, that survive. What else is a good candidate? I would like to play Namir, but he costs 2 white and 1 any other one, so you cannot fit it in. And I'm not going to bother trying to play Antriel. I think that's just way too slow. If the game has gone on so long that you need to use Antriel, you've just lost. But if you play with Advanced Neva, you could maybe play Antriel. Maybe. I don't even know if she's that good. Phoenix. Okay. We're in good shape. We're in very good shape because now I got the damage going in. And basically threatening lethal. I'm pretty sure I've got lethal here. With the hero power. Yeah, surely, because that'll be 8 and I attack twice. Yeah, that's lethal if he doesn't kill the board. The Fae has to die for sure. Oh. Well, is that good enough? I can instill. Is he gonna attack anything? Oh, he actually attacked. I think he realized that not attacking is bad because I can just take control of it. Call of Julia. That's gonna be a good card to have. I think we just instill, actually. Definitely. Yeah, he's gonna get a kill, but we get to do another 6 damage to him. And then I can instill again. I just need to have one thing that can attack for sure. Yeah. If only there was something that cost 2 mana that was Swift. But there isn't anything, right? Certainly not an... No, I don't think there's any creature that is Swift that costs 2 mana or less. Because that would be a perfect fit. But unfortunately, that isn't the case. Okay, a Fire Blast. I was expecting that. So he can kill my whole board, actually. Oh, that sucks. Ah, okay. But he's down to 6 life. So do we play Treant? I would just win if I had access to Swift. I kind of want to Fae. I can bring a Fae back, though. So, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this. I don't know, we'll see if the trance sticks. If not, I can bring it back along with Fae. What other cards could be good here? There just aren't... There aren't any other 2-costers that do something good. Oh. Oh, well, hang on a second. That's dangerous. Can he kill it? He has to kill the Treant or he loses. Because I can attack twice. No, we're blocking this way, bro. My Treant is living through this. I think he just lost the game. Yeah, he just lost. I win because I can attack twice with the Treant. Yep. Alright, we'll play the last game. That'll be game 5. These games have been actually fairly quick because this deck is very much... I don't even know why I redrew. I mean, my hand was fine. This deck is very much about building up that big aggression. I don't know what he said. The trees are beating his head in. Yes, they are, my friend. Yes, they are. Can I get a green one? Okay, goody. Treant is really solid. 4 health for 2 mana. Really good card. But yeah, you can't combine Instill. You cannot, I mean, combine Instill with basic Neva. If you could, would that be just super broken? Sounds like it would be broken. Well, I don't think anything better to do, so we're gonna Jalaya. We want to get a Treant, because the Treants, you know, have been doing good work here. He has a hard time killing it. He probably should run Flash Freeze in his deck. I'll actually let him know that. Because the difference between his deck and mine is basically that. And also, I don't run Joyous Silencer. I don't think it's really necessary. Okay, let's play this. He might Fire Blast, but that can't be avoided. I mean, yeah. I'm even wondering if this guy is worth it. But it's good to have like an early creature on the board. Because outside of Rage, it doesn't really get killed by that much. I mean, okay, Assassinate, I guess. But if this gets assassinated, that's perfectly fine. Rage is just the aspect that has all the good burn and removal. So efficient. Oh, yeah, there's that. And actually, the reason this is really bad is because with a Fireball, he can remove my Treant. Yeah, this card's a problem. I knew that this was going to be an issue when I made the deck. But now the nice thing is that he can't really remove all this, and I can instill life the board. If he plays a Phoenix, I might actually use the hero power, because I can do 12 damage. Yeah, we're going to have to see what he does. I don't know, Advanced Neva versus this. I think the difference in the two decks would be this is a more mid-range deck with like explosive damage combos. Advanced Neva would be a more controlling deck where you probably would drop the one cost elf and then just get some more big stuff. Although one of the nature's issues is that just lack of big stuff. Haldiri Rider is an option. Certainly. Also, again, Entriel could be used. And if you do that, you might use Namir even. But yeah, none of the really big creatures are in... Okay, so he kills that instead. So my Treant lives. Hooray! Are we instilling? No. That just gets killed by Fire Blast. I don't have the damage combo yet. I could do 10 damage if I had 1 more mana. But we're just gonna stick with that. We want to give him as much to handle as possible. A second tread will basically settle the game because his removal just can't handle 4 health creatures. Like, especially ones that freeze his board. So rendering his Phoenix is just pointless. Uh-oh. Well, he could... Oh, yeah, he can actually kill this. Oh, Word of Fire. Yeah, figured. Is he gonna use that? Yeah. And then mana up. Okay, yeah, figures. Yeah, it can use the ability even if has 0 speed. That's a shame. But now is where we get some of our value back. Because now these guys are just back, and he needs more and more and more removal to deal with it. And how much damage can I do right now? I could do 5, 8, 16 damage actually. Next turn, I could do 16 damage, and I will if he lets me, because the closer he is to death, the better for me. Then I just need one creature to stick with a Fae of Charm, and then bam, lethal. Still missing that 2-costing Swifter, but there isn't anything. He's got a Fireball, I assume? Yeah, okay. Fae of Charm would settle this? Would it? Instill Life. Oh, we're instilling. Oh, Word of Vigor. Oh, that's excellent. Oh, another Instill Life. Yep. He's gonna trade, but the point is my board is still big, and a 4/5 and a 4/4? He can't deal with that. And Silencer is pointless because this with the here this is lethal. This board alone can do 20 damage. With Ambush Strike, I can do 24 damage. If I had a Fae of Charm in the graveyard, I could do like 30 damage or something like that. But he still has this thing, which is basically a rechargeable Fireball. Although, hilariously, if it hit a dragon, it might actually lose him the game. No, it wouldn't lose him the game. Not unless I drew a Fae, then it would lose him the game. What shall he do? Library Guard. That seems slow. He cannot afford to be slow, but maybe he doesn't have better options. His deck is, I think, a little too controlling. The reason I ran Gibbo and Roni in my deck is because it gave you some board presence early. When, oh no, I know you've got a Fireball, bro. Don't even make me laugh. I know you've got it. You're not killing my Treant. My Treant is so valuable right now. Oh, he has that too. Okay. Okay, so I just instantly win with a Fae. I did not get the Fae. There's actually nothing really very good to bring back. But I might just win with this right now. So we're gonna swing here. And we're gonna swing here. And we're gonna freeze. Who are we freezing? The faster guy. And then we're gonna power up. Is this lethal? Yeah, we're gonna power him up. So he does 6. Oh, I'm 1 short. And then we slow him down. We do 10. And then his board cannot do anything. I could play the Elf Scout, but it's just Fire Blast fodder, really. Alright, so we got him down to 1. So his hero power has been disabled completely. And he has to deal with this somehow. What can he do? Dragonfire can only kill one of them. I don't think he can do anything at all. I don't think he can deal with them. Mr. Vanguard's not as bad as I thought. Who knew? 3/3. Oh, Word of Fire. He's gonna follow it with a Fireball for sure. But he just doesn't have enough mana to kill them both. He'd need a Fire Blast and Fireball to kill them both. If he did that, he might actually win. Because I can only instill... I could instill this back, but then he'd have creatures to attack, and he'd be able to react. Gnome Power Engineer. Okay. So I win with a Fae, or with Call of Jalaya. Interesting. But not good enough, I don't think. Unfortunately, this crap has 3 speed. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, we're gonna do it anyways. And we're going to reload our board here. He's going to block with it anyway, so I might as well just kill it. And now, he has to, again, he has to kill everything. And he cannot use his hero power to do so. He has 6 mana. He can do quite a bit with 6 mana. Or 7, right? Yeah, 7 mana, okay. He can do a decent amount of stuff with 7 mana. Phoenix is not a good thing to do, unfortunately. That is also not a good thing to do. That is very dangerous. Can I actually get through? Well, he has 1 mana, so he doesn't run Flash Freeze, so he can't do anything that way. He resigns, okay, yeah. Alright then. Man, those were some games. So, overall, I'm actually fairly satisfied with how the deck performed. Although what you will have noticed is that I use my hero power very rarely in the 5 games we've played. While it may seem that, well, that means the hero power must suck, right? Well, not necessarily. There was always the threat of it being activated and doing a lot of damage. Because if you think about it, if I have even 1 Treant on the board, and I instill life, like 2 phase, I could just deal ridiculous amounts of damage in 1 turn with the Hermelion hero power. So it's definitely good. There's definitely something there. Now, is it better than basic Neva? I don't know. I think it's a little different, but still good. I do think it's a reasonably good power, but maybe it is a little bit similar to basic Neva because it's the same idea of just adding a lot of damage to the board, with the exception that Hermelion basically multiplies the current board, while Neva is more about just suddenly bursting out lots of damage. The advantage of basic Neva is that she can put out considerable amounts of damage with no board. I mean, you can imagine play a 2 mana Treant, 2 mana Treant, 2 mana Treant, and then 2 mana Fae, Swift, and then you swing for 10 with all those things, and then you steal 1 enemy creature, and you do like 13 damage with no board. Hermelion can't do that. He has to have something on the board. But the double attack is pretty good. It works really well with the Fae because the Fae itself doesn't have to be attacking. So if you have any creature on the board, and then you instill a Fae, or multiple Faes, you'll be able to abuse the effect twice. One of the things that worked against Hermelion is that the ready your creatures does not remove summoning sickness. So the creature that you played on the turn will not be able to attack twice unless it has Swift. But as we've established, there isn't anything Swift that costs 2 or less. If there were, that would be really awesome. But anyways, I'll go through the deck again real quick. So it's 4 captains, 4 vanguards. You could switch this out with the sharpshooter. It'd probably be pretty good. Although you cannot instill life the sharpshooter, but that's not a big deal. 3 instills. You could put in 4 if you want. 4 Calls of Jalaya, really nice to have. 4 scouts. You could take a few of them out if you don't care about the early game as much. 4 ambush strikes, really powerful buff. Doubles the value with the hero power. 2 Words of Vigor, more power buffs and card draw. 4 elves, just a turn 2 creature to play. Unicorn, answer to spells and artifacts, and you can search for it. And then the Fae of Charm and the Treant, your heavy hitters basically. You could, but I suppose you could put a 4th Treant actually, just to have more of them, because this creature is just really tough. And instilling several of them is really difficult to handle for your opponent because they have 4 health, especially if you can follow it up with a Word of Vigor. I mean, 2 4/5s is a little bit much to handle. Like we saw, my opponent had real difficulties handling multiple trees. Anyways, let me know what you think about this deck. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.